Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 32nd episode of the Morning Chisme podcast, and potentially the last one before TikTok gets banned, Maria. How you doing, girl?
I know. I'm doing good. I could be better.
Me too.
Because with the TikTok ban, I'm scared.
Me too.
I'm gonna crash out. Like
I know, me too.
I will not be okay.
Same.
Like I am spending the most. Like right now, my hours. What is that thing called? The hours of
phone usage?
Yeah, like the screen usage is probably at its all-time high because I am going to enjoy TikTok till the very end. It'll be January 18th, 11:59 p.m. and I'm going to be fucking scrolling because people are saying that it's just going to go away on the 19th and I'm just scared. This seems like the world is ending.
No, it's very interesting to me that this is what we're focusing on. It will never not make sense to me. Like, it's literally a social media app. If you cared so much about the points that you're making, then Temu and Shein would also be going with it. But yet, here they are. Yeah. You would also care about all the social media apps that are, taking our data in America. Facebook, Instagram, well, Meta, because they're owned by the same company. Yet we're here, and I feel like Facebook and Instagram want to be TikTok so bad. It's never gonna happen. It's
I just
never
know
gonna happen.
They're probably like, ban TikTok.
Oh, absolutely.
Ban TikTok.
Mark Zuckerberg is 100% pushing for this because he thinks that everyone's...
and what does he want me to do? Go back to Facebook? I will never. You see me on Facebook is because family's on there. Yeah. That's it.
It's an obligation. And
at this point.
I think it's like to let anyone know if like something happens, like serious happens, like, hey, I'm okay. But that's like it. Like, I don't talk to anyone on Facebook. I refuse to post. I had my little error. I'm like, okay, Facebook Reels maybe. Because I was trying to like prepare myself for the TikTok ban. I did create my own little Chisme page for Instagram. Not doing bad, but the comment section is so different. No one has a good sense of humor. Everyone sucks. I will never forget when I went viral on Instagram, okay? And people were calling me every single name under the book because I asked for their opinion about a dress that I was wearing to my best friend's wedding. And at her wedding, it was like an all black attire.
Right.
Like everyone had to wear black, like
I was there.
Formal. Of course, you were there. And I asked like, okay, what do y'all think of this option or this other option? And everyone's like, you're wearing black to a wedding? I literally said in the video, I have to wear black. Like, do you not understand? It's like people on Instagram have one brain cell collectively.
Yeah, the vibes are so different between TikTok and Instagram. Like, they don't get the vibes. Like, you don't see who is this diva? Like, who is you magical? Like what the hell yeah, like you don't see that on Instagram. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to say on there?
Yeah, and if you ever go to Reels, like my Reels is filled with like weird shit. Like I always get, and I don't search anything. I'm just like trying to like accustom myself to like Reels, and I'll go and I'll be like, why am I on polygamy or Instagram? Like I'm always in like this like random ass section of the internet on Instagram and I hate it. And then I'll search stuff so like it'll change and it doesn't go with what you search like on TikTok. So I'm like, I can't build my FYP brick by brick.
Damn. Yeah, no. I need TikTok to stay.
I know.
I need something good to happen. Please.
It's been
please.
What 11? What day is it today? The 12th. It's been 12 days into January of 2025 and so much has happened already. Like the LA fires, crazy. It's crazy.
It's, and this probably sounds very uneducated, but how does it all start that it just goes like so bad so quickly? Because this is not the first time they've had fires.
Yeah.
At least in California. And I'm just like, man, it gets so bad so fast. And then just house after house after house after house burns down. And you're just like, it's so heartbreaking. And it really, and maybe some people won't agree with this, but a lot of people are like, oh, well, like, for example, Paris Hilton's house got burned down. And people are like, well, she's a celebrity. She can just buy another house. And I'm just like, can we not say that? Like, I think at the end of the day, yes, she probably has money and, I understand that. But her house still burned down. Like, that is sad. Can we just
Yeah, it's like the trauma Olympics on the internet sometimes. I'm like, people are allowed to have tragedy and also be rich. Like, that is something that can't happen. I find that very cruel. Like, Mandy Moore is getting a lot of shit for posting on her Instagram story, like, a GoFundMe. And people are like, well, you're rich. You should just donate yourself. And it's like, she was posting it for her, like, she was reposting it for a friend who also lost her house while also losing her house. Like, it's not, oh, well, they're rich, like, they get what they deserve. It's like, no, a lot of people also, okay, let's say you hypothetically don't give a shit about rich people. A lot of normal people live in these areas. Like, you're wishing such disgusting things on people who are just trying to make it. Yeah. Like, it's just very cruel.
Not only that, it's, you see these interviews on TikTok, right, with people that, okay, they're not celebrities, but it's like, and even the celebrities are like, we created memories in this house, like, in this house. And like, there was this man, he was like, I lived all my life in this house. Oh my gosh, I was like crying, dude. I was bawling my eyes out. People saving their animals.
I know.
And oh my goodness, it's just so heartbreaking. My heart goes out to anyone in LA that has been affected by these fires, because it's truly heartbreaking. And I just think that as a collective, we need to be a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more empathetic when it comes to people. Like, no matter whose house got burnt down, their house still got burned down. Like, that's so scary to know that, like, what if you didn't get out of there in time?
And people didn't. There's people who have died in this fire, which I find, the lack of sympathy and empathy from the internet at times, like, makes me wonder, like, what thought process did you come to realization that led you to this comment? Like, what were you like, okay, I don't give a fuck about anyone but myself and anyone who's at the same stature of, like, you know, whatever, like, economic class you're in, so everyone above me can just fuck off and they can, you know, suck it. Like, it's so crazy to me. Like, it's like, I read this story about this woman. Her son had cerebral palsy and she couldn't get him out on time, so she had called I guess like an ambulance to like help like get him out of the house, and she had to leave him. Dude. Like, these people are going through so much. God. Like, these people, like, so many people have lost everything, like everything, everything. People's memories, people's like sure, things can be replaced, but things hold value, not just like price tag wise.
Sentimental.
Yeah, so it's just, I feel like we lack so much sympathy nowadays. Like, people are just really mean, and I'm like, every time I see it, what about this? Well, what about that? And I'm like, you can care about two things at once.
Yes.
Like, people are like bringing up Asheville, which was also a tragedy. Like, you can care about both things. You can have two thoughts at once. And people are like, well, nobody gave a fuck about when Texas was freezing. And I'm like, that's also true. Okay, like, that, I don't think the severities are similar. I think they're just very different situations. Like, Texas froze in 2021 and like people made fun of us, right? Remember? Yeah, that was horrible. And of course, it was very tragic for a lot of people. But we can care about two things. I just think that's so lost nowadays. Like, one singular road, and that road is the only one that you consider. You can't have like any kind of, you know, I don't know. It's just a very weird mindset, and it's very scary to see. And it's very ingrained in a lot of people. Like, who gives a fuck? What about all the blah, 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 blah? And I'm like, they're allowed to be sad. Like, you are weird. Like, and then on top of that, okay, so Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag, they lost their home, and their insurance had canceled them, like, previously, like, days before this fire happened. So obviously Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag were on the Hills. They're very, you know, I would say relevant, like, reality TV stars. But, you know, Spencer Pratt came on the internet and was talking about how he lost his house, they lost their house, and his parents lost their house. And they were obviously, you know, very heartbroken, and people were just being so mean. Like, well, you're rich, you're a celebrity. Like, what kind of cars do you drive? Which is
crazy, because they say you're rich, you're a celebrity, but a couple of years ago was, oh, you're not all that. You were just on the hills. Like, remember that. So it's like, which one is it?
Right?
Pick one. Is he rich and a celebrity, or is he just someone that was on the hills? Like,
it's, you know, convenient.
It's convenient.
Yeah. So he's been on TikTok, which he's been, promoting Heidi's music to try to make some income during this time.
I have to say that I am now no longer on Ash Trevino TikTok, and I'm on Spencer Pratt's TikTok side of, he's all over my FYP. I love it.
I know. I
love him. He rides so hard for Heidi.
I know.
And you know what? I'm here for it.
I know,
I'm here
me
for
too.
It. Like, he's just, I don't know. Like, I really like him.
Same. And I think that as the years went by, rewatching Hills as a full-grown adult, you'll really see that he was not the villain. He said some things that were off the cuff.
Yeah,
but I think
he did some things, right? He said some things. He did some things. But they were also 19, 20 years old. They needed to grow up. Mm-hmm. And they did. And I think that, you've seen that he stuck by Heidi through thick and thin. And look at them now. And I understand that right now they're in a situation where it's very heartbreaking. But that man loves her.
I know.
That man loves her.
Yes.
Like, she surpassed Bad Bunny at one point on Apple Music.
On iTunes.
On iTunes.
Yeah. I'm like,
that's crazy.
I know, dude. I know. Like, and I'm happy for them because he was explaining, he's like, we're not, people see them a certain way. He's like, we're not rich. So they're like trying to make income as, they go through all this, especially since their insurance canceled on them, which is crazy. Also, how is that allowed?
I heard that a lot of that happened to a lot of people,
which is weird.
Did they know the fires? Then you get into conspiracy theories, right? Because you're like, why would they cancel? And then days after, the fires, and of course I go down that path on TikTok, and people are like, oh, they were trying to burn Diddy's house down because it had all the evidence, and I'm like, oh, don't take me here. But then it just makes you wonder, why did the insurance cancel days before the fire started?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of conspiracy theories going on right now when it regards to the fires and a lot of other situations. But I mean, overall, I think one thing remains very true about this whole situation is that it's very sad,
very heartbreaking.
Like, seeing the videos and the pictures of what's left, it's like, wow, like it went so fast. Like,
0 to 100 really quickly. And I just, to all the people that were able to get, like, I admire how people were. I understand that some people didn't make it out, but the people that a lot of people did, and I feel like I would have freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, in a fire, I just feel like I don't know. Like, like, I don't know. I just think about it and I'm like, man, these people really were like, okay, this is what we need to do. This is what we need to get. We need to get out. Like, I feel like I would go into panic and I would probably shut down because I wouldn't know what to do in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Which then makes you wonder, like, okay, I need to prepare. I mean, not that, but, like, you never know.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think another scenario that was really scary watching all of this was people saying, like, they were trying to drive out and they had to get out of their cars and, like, run from the fire, which is crazy. Yeah. Like, crazy. And also, they were mentioning how, like, LA doesn't have a great, like, from, I guess, the Pacific Palisades. I'm not very familiar with the roads there, so, like, if I'm getting this all wrong, just know that I don't know exactly the roads, but they were saying that it was very hard to get to a highway from, like, where the fires were at. So, like, it was very congested on the roads. People were like, okay, well, it's either me or the fire gets us. So let's go. Like, let's get out of the cars. And so people were getting out of the car. So obviously people behind them had to get out because there's just cars just stalled in the middle of the road. And it's very scary. Like, like, fire is also one of those situations. This is like, it's like a you have to think very quickly. Like, it's not,
because it spreads very fast.
And it was like the winds were very high during these days, and apparently LA is very dry. So like during these days it was very, very, like, very windy. There was like fire-nados, which is like tornadoes that were made out of fire, which is crazy. Like, because obviously there was like just tornadoes, but there's like the fires happening, and I'm like, oh my god. And it was just like spreading so quickly. And I don't know if it's been contained yet, to be honest. Last night, there was still some situations.
And it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I cannot imagine. Like,
yeah, and it's like, we're like 12 days in, 10 days in when this started happening. Or I don't even know. And it's just like 10 days into 2025, 12 days into 2025. And it's like, can we please just like slow it down? Like,
yeah. And I mean, and I think that's just not the only thing that's going on right now too, which
right.
I mean, everyone has their own thoughts and opinions, but this is how we feel. Okay.
Yes.
The mass deportations are apparently starting, and they started in Bakersfield. I cannot imagine. Like, my heart breaks for. Can you imagine? You're just trying to have a better life. You're trying to, do something for your family, just feed your family, just give them a better future. Us immigrants who came here for a better life, like, leaving everything behind is a huge thing. These very brave people put everything they could into becoming something here. And now for them to just get picked up and try to get deported is crazy. And for people being so cruel about it, I'm just like, wow. Like,
they have families, they have kids that now they've been deported, and who's going to pick them up from school?
Yeah.
They're not going to know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking. I literally spent a good amount of time crying on Friday. Just because it's so heartbreaking. Like, all of it is so heartbreaking. I just think that, like, some of the things that people say on social media, too, it's just like, how can you say things like that? We're all human.
Yeah.
We're all human.
These
And somehow you think because... it's let's be real. It's against Latinos.
A lot of the times
it's against Latinos. And you see it, and you're like, as a Latina, you're just like, damn, like, we're human.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Like, have some compassion for other people. They're like, hell yeah. Like, I'm just like, y'all are weird. Like you think that breaking families apart, taking these parents away from these kids is funny?
Or, like, the right step. And then you consider yourself religious, right? And that always gets to me. Like, you really think that within the religion that you're a part of, this would be something that is held at high value.
Exactly.
It's crazy to me. And apparently the border, so Trump had appointed a border, I think it's called the border czar. And he's, word on the street apparently is that he's going to create a hotline for Americans to call in suspicious people who they believe could be illegal immigrants. Do you know how much profiling that's going to create for people who are like legally here, which I just think it's crazy that we even use the terms illegal and legal. I think that's like a very weird term. Or alien. I find that weird as fuck. I just find it crazy. I just find it crazy how people can feel so good about themselves making comments that are so racist and so demoralizing because someone isn't as privileged as you. Yeah. Like, they didn't get... And a lot of people who make the trek and the effort to come here for a better life had no other choice. Yeah. It was either come here to attempt a better life. They're escaping from their reality that they were living in.
Yeah.
So it's just cruel. I find it cruel, and I find it an incredible poor taste. And I mean,
the hotline sounds... I have no words.
Yeah.
I had not heard about that.
It's sad because now it's going to create racial profiling to another degree. Yeah. And there's a lot of... You know what my biggest thing is when I see people at the store, and this has happened to... personally, where people are like, oh, well, speak English, or like, that kind of energy, and it pisses me off.
Go back where you're from.
Like, it pisses me off because it's like, why? Yeah. What for what?
Like, you're real ballsy.
Like,
you're real ballsy to say that shit.
And it's entitlement to another degree.
And it's always towards someone who is not going to say anything. Because it's happened to our mom.
Yeah.
Multiple times. And they're always like, go back to where you came from. Bitch, I dare you to fucking say that shit to my face. Yeah. Say it to my face. Not to someone who... And my mom doesn't have... Like, her English is good. Yeah. You can tell that she's a Hispanic lady. But they always go for the people that seem...
meek and quiet.
Quiet. Just that they're minding their own business. Yeah. Say it to my fucking face, bitch.
Oh my God. I almost burned that bitch to the ground when that happened.
When mom called us and told us that, because my mom's... She's very emotional. So she called us crying. The way that I fucking got in my car and I was like, where is she? Where?
I know.
Like...
I know.
Say that shit to me all day. I don't give a fuck. You mess with my mom.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's such a common thing too sometimes.
It's so
like,
dumb.
I remember when this happened, and this happened in a grocery store. I won't say which one.
Yeah.
But I
will. Just kidding.
But I remember mom saying to me, like, okay, well then from now on, I'll just do curbside, or I'll just go with your dad. And I'm like, no. You're going to go, and you're going to do...
Because she enjoys going to the store. She enjoys picking out her own fruit. She enjoys...
That's her... She enjoys it.
She enjoys going to the grocery store. She doesn't like doing curbside. So I'm like, no, you're gonna go.
Yeah.
Like, go.
This is your right to live your life.
Don't let other people stop you just because what?
Yeah, because they're fucking idiots, and they're uneducated, and they're racist, and it wasn't even like over something crazy. It was apparently because my mom was having a conversation with the cashier, and it was taking a little long, and the person behind her was like angry because it was taking forever, and they were talking in Spanish. And I'm like, fuck off. Like, seriously, like, people are so dense. It's crazy to me. But I don't know. I'm hoping and praying that we see some like lighter news and some happier news coming up in the next few days or the next few weeks. I don't think so, but it's just been a heavy start to the year. I'm being honest.
Well, yeah, I feel like with the results that we got from the end of last year, I felt like I saw it coming.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
And I'm just to round out this conversation, because I know this started of the pod like a little bit heavy, to everyone who's going through the LA fires, like, our hearts are with you. We were going to share some resources on her story. I've been sharing some, but we're going to share it on the Morning Chisme podcast stories as well, as donating. And I hope there's some happiness or some things that come out of, because this is a very tragic situation. Yeah. So I'm hoping that, maybe there is enough that we can do outside of this situation that can do to help to a certain degree. Obviously, it will never replace or make it better, but we can always try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And same thing with the mass deportations.
As well.
We're praying for people's families. I understand that sometimes it feels like we can't do enough, right? Because what can we do to help? But I know that this is a very scary time, and as two people that weren't born here, we're like, you guys are in our thoughts and our prayers.
And we're gonna be sharing as much. I've been sharing stuff. We've both been sharing on our story, but I think that we're gonna make it more of a point to add as much visibility as we can, because that's really important. And if we're not, fighting,
I feel like we share a lot on our personal pages. Yeah. Maybe share a little bit more on our podcast page.
Because at the end of the day, this is a pop culture, podcast and all, but these situations will always be talked about here.
Exactly.
Because we care about our community, we care about others, and I think that this is something that needs to be talked about more. I would have liked to see a lot more Latinos talking about this. Right. And that includes myself, keeping myself accountable and, doing what I can for my community.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, let's go on to lighter news, Bad Bunny's new album.
So good.
It is good. It is good as fuck.
It honestly, I'm telling you, I was crying about the LA fires, the mass deportations, and all the videos to Bad Bunny's new song, Debí Tirar Más Fotos.
I know.
I was bawling my eyes out. I just could not stop crying because it is such a beautiful song. Bad Bunny truly, and this is for me personally, this album, I didn't think that there would be an album that would ever top Un Verano Sin Ti. And he did it. And he did it with Debí Tirar Más Fotos. This album is a masterpiece. He did so good. Every single song is so good. There are no skips. Bad Bunny put so much thought into this album. It is absolutely beautiful. You will be dancing one second, crying the next. Like, there's so much in this album. And Benito, I know you don't know me, but we're proud of you. Like, we're so proud of you. This is just such an amazing album. It's really like connecting generations. I'm absolutely loving seeing like people on TikTok show their parents that probably wouldn't usually be a Bad Bunny fan, right? His music, and they're like, okay, like they're like getting into it. People are getting emotional over the song Debí tirar más fotos. I've reposted so much, okay, like so much, and it's just beautiful. He did such an amazing job. And, you know, he dedicated this to Puerto Rico, his people. And then he posted something. He was like, I dedicated this also to Latin America. So I felt, you know, very special in that little moment.
Yes.
Because, you know, it's beautiful. He did such an amazing job.
Oh, my God.
And
he ate.
He ate. He ate
to, like, the 100th power. Like, it was... Bad Bunny doesn't disappoint, though. I always say this, and I will say this till forever. Bad Bunny is not good, but he's great. And everything he does, it's always the starting point is great, and then it's always above that. And I just think he outdid himself with this one. And I truly believe that he's just so, like... I wouldn't say Un Verano Sin Ti was his peak anymore. I think this is his peak. And he has completely encompassed his culture being Puerto Rican. And he said, I dedicate this to my Puerto Rican, you know, my Puerto Rico and my Latin fans, my Latino fans. And, like, it's truly him. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I don't feel like this is Bad Bunny. I think, like, this is Benito.
This is Benito. Exactly. I think that's exactly right. I think this is not Bad Bunny. This is Benito. This is Benito singing these songs. It was Benito making this album. And it's just so good. And I love that everybody... And it's uniting people even that don't speak Spanish. It's so beautiful to see. And I love it. And I know we said it before many, many times. But this album needs a tour.
Yes.
This album deserves a tour. If there's one album that deserves a tour, it's this one.
Yeah.
It's this one right here. Can you imagine how beautiful that tour is going to be? Because I know we're going to get a tour. I know we're getting a tour.
I think so. I think it'll be more intimate, if I'm being real. I don't think it'll be as long as Un Verano Sin Ti. I don't think it'll be stadium. And I don't think it'll be as long. I think it'll be like arenas and like maybe like a smaller set list and like less cities. But it'll be very intimate. It'll be an intimate situation.
I'm curious to see. I
could be totally wrong, but that's how I feel about this album. This album makes me feel like he's singing to me. Obviously, it's not to me, but it's like for me. You know?
No, I love it. It's so good.
Yeah. He fucking ate. And then on top of that, watching people, like you mentioned, learning the songs that don't speak Spanish, or like when someone made a video, it's like when Bad Bunny evokes emotion out of you and you don't even understand the language. Like, he is so fucking phenomenal. It's just...
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I've been crying every freaking day with his music. I'm just like, it's a good year for the music. It's a good year for the music. We started off strong with Cosa Nuestra. And we're getting Cosa Nuestra Part 2.
Dude!
And I just would like to personally thank Benito and Raulito for giving this greatness to us, because we deserved it.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Some of us didn't.
It's giving. It's giving. They
both ate. Both of these albums are absolute masterpieces. And now that we're getting a part 2 of Cosa Nuestra, I cannot wait, because Cosa Nuestra, Raul Alejandro did his fucking big one.
My God, it's so
his
good.
Big one with Cosa Nuestra Part 1. So I can't even imagine what Part 2 is going to be like. And I wonder, is it coming out relatively soon?
That's what my question was, because if it's coming out soon, I need it to, because the tour starts in April, and I do need to learn the words.
But he put it after World Tour on his tweet when he tweeted about it. So you think he's going to go on a World Tour and then drop Cosa Nuestra Part 2?
And then go on another tour? Well, okay. So... if he drops this album, it'll be like what? He said there was 38 songs that in this like entirety of this project. So it's like, there was how many in this album?
I think 17.
17, 18, something like that?
Yeah.
So it'll be like, but then that would make the tour only Cosa Nuestra songs. And I don't think he would do that. I think that he would throw it back.
Do like other songs too?
Yeah.
18 songs.
Yeah. I don't know. But if he does drop it before, I feel like also... he might not, because he might like, he, you know, like he wants to let this one have its moment too.
I mean, it's a beautiful moment to be had. I mean, Cosa Nuestra is a masterpiece.
It is.
Every day I switch off. Benito, Raulito.
I know.
Every single day. Sometimes I intertwine.
I know. It feels,
why not?
It feels like an ear threesome.
And then, yes, it does. And then he wrote Y algo más on his tweet. So he said World Tour Cosa Nuestra Part 2, Y algo más.
What is the algo más?
So I think, and this is me being like delulu as fuck, right? I think him and Benito are gonna come out with an album together.
Really? That would fucking eat. Okay.
That would eat. And I know maybe I'm being a little delusional.
You're being delusional.
But maybe I'm just manifesting.
Yeah.
You know, remember that one time you were like, Benito and Alejandro are gonna come out with a song together, and they came out with Party?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my...
I almost passed away.
Yeah, this is my little moment. I would love if they came out with an album together.
Oh my God, yes. Even if like they were like, okay, considering it, it would be an amazing business move. Like, you know, think about it from that point of view. For sure. Like, I feel like, for sure. Just kidding. I feel like their voices go so well together. Yeah.
So well together. And I need it to happen. A little 4 songs. I'm not even being stupid.
No. I need 6 or 8. Okay.
Well,
not 4.
I will be thankful for 4. You know?
Yeah. My Alexa hates to see me coming because I play Cosa Nostra all day. Alexa, can you play blah blah blah? And she's like, playing K by Raul Alejandro. And I'm like, girl, it's Raul Alejandro, okay?
It's so good. It's just such a good album.
Alexa, never mind. Sorry. She started talking. Alexa's a boy in our house. Is she a girl in other people's houses?
I don't have an Alexa. I'm scared.
Why?
Well, because, you know.
Why?
I don't know. Sometimes I heard Alexas go off on their own, and I just...
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. She heard us. Oh, don't say that. That's scary.
Remember that one movie?
No.
On Disney Channel.
Smart House?
Yeah.
I knew that you were going to bring that up. Okay. That's a fire-ass movie.
Yeah. With, what's her name?
Jackson's mom?
Yeah. Kate
something. We know who she is, okay? Yes. It's not like we've never heard of her. We know who she is. Kate from 8 Simple Rules.
Yes, that's how we know her.
Dude, you know what's crazy? 8 Simple Rules is always going to be that show that I go back and watch. And I'm like, it was funny then. It's funny fucking now.
Yeah.
It's on Disney Channel.
I wonder if anyone else has watched that show. I feel like not a lot of people did.
8 Simple Rules was really popular. It was on ABC Family. Oh my God, whenever Paul died.
Yeah.
In real life and on the show. Bitch, that was traumatizing. It's so sad.
It was so heartbreaking. But I love the show so much.
Dude, it's on Disney Channel.
Yeah, I know, I've seen it.
Plus,
and I remember when we would just go and watch the bloopers?
Oh my God, yes.
That was like my favorite thing to do. Anytime
I see Kaylee Cuoco in anything now, all I can think of her is this Bridget from 8 Simple Rules.
She's like, it's a thong. It's floss.
It was just such good humor. Like, it was appropriate for the times. And I also feel like we were learning English at the time, so everything was funnier to us. Yeah. So I was like, this is good. This is good tea. Speaking of tea, though, Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. I'm sorry. Side note, hold on. I keep calling him Justin Balderoni in my head, and I keep catching myself wanting to say Justin Balderoni, and I cannot, for the life of me, figure out why.
Yeah, why?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Justin Baldoni.
I feel like we're giving weekly updates at this point. Wow, I can't talk today. Because you know, every week something new comes out, and this week it was a voice note. Yes,
it was a voice note that was released by his lawyer to Megyn Kelly during her, I believe, her show. Anyway, and it was a voice note that he had sent to his editor the night of the premiere of It Ends With Us. And in this voice note, he's sharing how it was supposed to be one of the best nights of his life, and that he was actually sent to the basement by, I'm assuming Blake Lively made the orders, and he wasn't allowed to be around the rest of the cast. And people are now, the shift is happening. People thought that, Blake Lively was the one that was wronged here. And now people are starting to see, maybe it wasn't Blake Lively. Maybe it was Justin Baldoni.
And, I said on the last podcast, I feel like I need to reiterate, I'm not going to take sides anymore. I need just, all the stuff to come out because it's just a lot going on, and
there's
I just
a lot of damaging information on both sides.
Yeah.
But it contradicts itself, so it's hard to know what to believe.
Yeah,
it's very hard to know what to believe.
And now, like, all these, you know, videos are popping up on my For You page on TikTok of, you know, when Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds did a movie together before they were together, because apparently, like, he was married to Scarlett Johansson at the time. And I don't know, like, the way that they would talk to each other, I would feel some type of way if, like, my husband was talking to a woman like that.
Yeah, I've seen the think pieces on that as well, but I'm like,
and you had Scarlett Johansson. No hate to Blake. Blake is absolutely beautiful, but Scarlett is my girl crush. Like, she is beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Not saying that Blake is not. I need to reiterate that. But for me, Scarlett, she's my girl.
I think we've been bamboozled into thinking that Ryan Reynolds is as good looking as people say he is, because I'm not saying he's ugly. Okay, he's conventionally attractive, but he is not.
Whose convention is this?
He's not like the creme de la creme. You know what I mean? He's not top notch.
Yeah.
He's no Theo James, okay?
Yeah.
Theo James is like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, if Theo James and Ryan Reynolds, like, were in front of me and it's like, pick the hotter one and, you know, throw another one off the cliff, there would not even be a second thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jacob Elordi.
Yeah.
That's a fine man. Yeah. Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Morris Chestnut.
I love Morris Chestnut.
The erasure of Morris Chestnut will never sit well with me, because that man is so fucking beautiful. And I feel like more people need to realize it.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, why?
He's so beautiful.
And there's people out there that would pick Ryan Reynolds.
I know.
Like, in what world?
I know. Ryan Reynolds is just like, he looks like every other dude that, you know, I feel like he looks like every other dude that, you know, is a tech bro. Also lives on, you know, Rainy Street, and is 45, and, you know, was married from ages 20 to 30, and now he's dating women that are 25. You know what I mean? Like, he looks like every other dude to me. And then, and maybe it's because right now I'm being a little bit of a hater, you know?
I've never thought he was attractive.
Me neither.
I've never been like, oh my gosh, he is so
Who's
hot.
the other Ryan? The other Ryan's attractive.
Which one?
There's Ryan Reynolds and then Ryan
Gosling.
Of
course.
Okay.
He is beautiful. Yes. Ryan Reynolds is like, it just makes you wonder, like, what you got going on? Because, like, Scarlett Johansson and Blake Lively.
Yeah, but
yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, like, their type could be similar, because, you know, they married the same dude.
That's true.
Or maybe he's really funny. He's not ugly though. He's like conventionally attractive. I know you said what convention, but like the one that most people fuck with.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Do you think he's funny?
No. He's in that Chime commercial. And that's all. I've never seen a movie with him in it, or if I have, I've never.
You've never seen Deadpool?
No, that's not my genre.
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just, I feel like we've been conditioned to believe that some people are better looking than they are. You know what I mean? Like, Patrick Dempsey, beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, there's just, like, those really hot, like, Leonardo DiCaprio is not cute. Why are y'all lying?
He was cuter in his younger days.
Yeah.
But now he's just, like, going out with, like, 25-year-olds.
Yeah, that's very strange behavior.
Apparently his girlfriend turned 26.
And they're still together.
Yeah.
So maybe she broke the curse.
Maybe.
I find that weird, though. Just, like, to touch on that very briefly. What the fuck do you have in common with someone that's half your age?
Yeah.
Like, what do you talk about?
I know.
I always wonder that.
I would have been like, when I was your age.
You know, 20 years ago. Because he's, like, what, 50?
Yeah, I think so.
And she's 26. And no shade to the age gaps, because, like, you can have them. But it's, like, that
but
mindset.
It's the fact that he is always going for those...
younger
for girls that age. That's the thing. You can have like a love where you find someone that's younger, whatever. But the fact that you just like specifically go for women that are super young.
25 and he's 40. I'm going to be nice. 48.
Let's look it up.
I feel like it's like a 46, 48 kind of sitch.
Let's see.
Because
he was 50.
Is he?
Let's see. 50.
He's 50. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's dating women half his age. That is crazy to me.
Yeah. Why doesn't Leo date over 25?
I mean, I wonder if he's ever been asked that.
If I was a reporter, I'd be like,
people are not reporting the way they used to.
I know.
I would ask me the juicy questions.
Yeah, like, why? What are you scared of at 26? You know, when they hit 26, what is it?
Yeah.
Oh, they're off their parents' insurance.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't want to insure them.
That's hilarious. That's good stuff. I will give you that one. That's crazy. 26 is a weird age to get off insurance, so I was thinking like 35 would have been fine.
Yeah.
You know?
At 26, I remember freaking out. I was like, I'm uninsured.
Honestly, being uninsured is probably one of the scariest things out there.
Yes.
Because, like...
do you remember whenever, like, you used to get fined for not having insurance?
No.
Yeah, well, it's because you were insured.
I don't think I've ever went through life uninsured, luckily, in the United States. Because I went from being on parents' insurance, luckily, and then I got a job at 25. Actually, no, I was uninsured for a few months. It's scary because you break an arm, you break a leg, you give birth. That shit's expensive.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me because, like, giving birth should not be that expensive.
Yeah.
This is not something that I would like. The birth part isn't what you want to do. It's not like you get pregnant to give birth. You know what I mean? You get pregnant to have a baby, to grow a family, not to give birth. Not only do you
they charge you for like skin to skin, like
this. You breathe a little too much.
I need you to fucking be so for real. So me doing skin to skin with my child, $50,000,
dude. It's too much.
And it's
too much.
Like, what is it? Like with my skin and their skin that we can't skin.
Like why is that not free?
Yeah,
why? That is the most free thing you can do.
Exactly. Like, what are you charging me for?
I genuinely believe that some of these charges are made up. Like, you cannot be fucking for real.
For someone that has worked in the medical field for a very long time and back in it, by the way, because I do have a job now, insurance is a scam.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh my gosh, and my insurance is under United Healthcare.
Oh shit.
I know.
Damn. Mine's, I think I have Sigma or something like that.
Cigna. There's like really big ones. So there's Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, Cigna, and United Healthcare. Those are the big ones.
I will say my insurance didn't cover my medication recently, but I think I filled it out wrong. So that could be me, an user error. But we'll see. Anyway, we need to, I don't even know how we got to this point, but anyway, Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, it's going to play out for a while. We're going to have updates.
This is going to be like a weekly update kind of thing. Yeah. After TikTok is gone, this is how we're going to give you guys the scoop.
I feel like it's just so upsetting because, like, what the fuck am I going to do from 10 to 11:30?
Yeah.
That's my TikTok time.
I know.
Where I lay there and I scroll endlessly and the comment section. Oh,
TikTok is so beautiful.
I wish I could save the comment sections.
I just want to let you guys know that if TikTok gets banned, you guys are funny as fuck. Yeah. My God, people are funny.
Yeah.
Not only the videos, but the comment section. The comment section on TikToks has to be the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. The way that I have laughed until I cried is insane.
Yes.
Like, the words that we have came up with. You can't take who is this diva on TikTok, like, or like the one that I've been saying a lot lately is you know what? Hell yeah. Like, it's people on TikTok are so funny. And if they do end up doing this to us, which I'm gonna be so fucking mad. Like on Friday, I was like, if they ban TikTok and they ruin my weekend, I'm gonna fucking sue.
We'll find out tomorrow at like 10 a.m. I'm like 10 a.m. bitch. Yeah. Oh God, on a Monday.
But hopefully.
And I have so many meetings tomorrow, so I'm gonna be so pissed that I have to like not know all of the tea.
I hope that we get some good news tomorrow because I can't lose this community. You guys are so funny.
I know. I've laughed till I cry. And also, let me just fucking say, okay, because we're like rambling a little too much today, but like, I'm gonna just say, okay, the girls or the guys or anyone out there making videos like, I can't wait till TikTok gets banned, or why are y'all being so fucking lame and being sad about it? You do know that it's not just influencers who are going to lose their jobs.
Yeah.
It's restaurants who, get free marketing or are able to position themselves to more people. Like small businesses in general, people on TikTok, like tourism is going to take a hit as well.
They're haters, dude. They're haters. Like, oh, now you influencers have to get a job. And
like, I'm sorry you're so one-dimensional and that you couldn't get your bread up, that content creation doesn't seem like a real income to you. Yeah. Because some of us made a pretty penny.
Yeah.
And
fucking losers.
Even if you have a 9 to 5 and also do content creation, which is what we've done.
Yeah.
Like, you were able to supplement our income during times where you went through something.
Yes. I feel like if it wasn't for TikTok, I wouldn't have been unemployed. Well, I mean, I tried to get a job sooner, but like it would have made my unemployment really hard.
Yeah, so it's like, so bitches out there saying that, I'm like, you guys are lame. Okay,
Yeah.
you're lame.
Like people on Instagram, haters are like
they're gonna have to get you're gonna have to get a real job. It is a real job.
Yeah. Also, I got a real job. I'm still sad.
Yeah, like it's crazy. But anyway, so lighter news, better news. Zendaya and Tom Holland engaged. She was wearing that ring at the Golden Globes, and she said, I am not making an announcement. You can assume.
Yeah.
I look amazing.
Oh, she's so beautiful. I love her so much.
She's so fire. She's one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely.
And I get why she put a ring on it.
Oh, absolutely. And he's not bad himself. And I know that he's like, you know, not all that, right? Like people are not like looking at him and being like, oh my gosh, he's the hottest guy alive.
Some people do.
Really?
Yes.
Well, he is very cute. But he looks nice.
Yeah.
And I just love that for him. Like I could tell that he's very nice to her. I can tell that he just lets her have her moment. Mm-hmm. And I love this for her.
Yeah, he's a short king.
He is a short king and she's a tall queen.
Yeah, and they look very good together. And that ring, fire.
So cute together. I think they're so cute. Whenever they were on Spider-Man together.
Yes, I've seen it.
Oh, okay. Well, you said you didn't see Deadpool, that you didn't like those type of movies.
Well, I only went to see Spider-Man because
of Zendaya.
I went with someone. I think I went with Chris.
Oh, good movie.
Yeah, it was good. I think it was the one where they were both in it. Yeah, they were. I'm trying to figure out what the plot was, but they were spidering. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was, I don't even know. Those movies, I'm like, what is it, comics or what is it? They're just like not my vibe. I like thrillers and reality TV. That's it.
No, that's fine. Me and Esteban had a whole like Marvel movie marathon. Like we watched them in order. There's like 30 movies.
Oh shit.
We spent a good amount of time watching those.
I think I don't know how to connect the dots, and I think that's hard for me. Like there's like universes or whatever.
Right. It's very good. You should give it a shot. I mean, once you're out of your thriller era. I'm
currently in my thriller. I actually watched, new recommendation, Inheritance 2020 with Lily Collins. Her in the movie, her dad dies and they're like essentially finding out secrets about his, life when he was alive, and some secrets that lead into more. And one of the secrets is a part of her inheritance. It's very intense, huge plot twist at the end. You're gonna be like,
I need to watch it. I need to watch Bling twice.
Watch this one first. This one was better.
I don't watch thrillers. I read them.
Okay.
So if anyone out there likes to read,
or knows how to read.
The Silent Patient and The Boyfriend are amazing books. I recently read The Boyfriend. The Silent Patient was a book that I read a long time ago. And it was one of the best books I've ever read. Some people have mixed feelings about it. It was really like the greatest thing ever. My friend gave it to me for my birthday and she was like, I bought this book because I thought that you would like it. And I felt like that was like the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me, because like you went to the bookstore and you bought me a book that you thought I would like. It was Nia.
You fuck with books.
Yeah, I love books. I love books so much. So now I want everyone to do that for me. Like whenever people ask me, what do you want for Christmas? Can you buy me a book that you think that I would like?
That's a great. You should build your library out.
Yeah, I do have a nice little library.
Nice, sister.
I also have a lot of books on my Kindle, but that's beside the point. Anyways, Zendaya and Tom Holland.
Very cute.
Excited to see if they will, make their wedding like a... not public, but
like a large wedding, small wedding.
Yeah, because I feel like they're very private.
Yeah, I mean, he won the lottery.
He did.
She is,
and he seems great too. So I feel like she also won.
Of course, and I think that she's such a catch.
She's such an amazing actress too.
Yeah. Like, she eats in everything she does.
Remember Euphoria?
Yeah. Wow, I forgot about that.
And it's coming back, which I'm like.
At this point,
we should have just.
We need if it didn't come out in 2024. Like at this point, like it's not gonna come out until next year. Like
2026.
That's too far away. Like, they don't even know. Like, the actors aren't even sure when they're gonna start shit. Like, at this point, like, time has passed.
Let's move on.
It was a masterpiece in its time, but that's it.
They just needed to move a little bit quicker.
Yeah, for sure. But something that, like, bitch, this next part, like, I genuinely, the audacity of some people, and I dare say the audacity of some women is mind-blowing to me.
Mind-blowing.
Okay, so Lana Rhoades had a podcast, or has a podcast, where she had, I believe his name is Torrey Craig.
I believe so, yes.
Make sure I'm saying this correctly. We're going to double check on that, but that's the name that I have written down.
Torrey Craig. Torrey Craig.
Okay.
It's because more importantly, he's with Meg Thee Stallion.
Yes. So Lana Rhoades had a podcast, and she had brought Torrey Craig's ex-girlfriend on the podcast.
Oliver. I'm just kidding.
What is her name?
Olivia, but she was like trying to fucking play it off like she didn't know fucking Meg's name. Her name is Megan.
Like, and
she
also,
was like Meg.
Megan. So stupid. So Lana Rhoades brought the
ex-girlfriend
and another girl. I don't know who the other girl was, and they were talking about Torrey Craig's type, and then they were like, oh, he's dating. And she goes, Meg, and I'm like, bitch, it's Meg Thee Stallion. Like, you have to be living
who she is.
You have to be living under a rock if you don't know Meg Thee Stallion.
Under a fucking rock. First of all, like, why did you get together with your friends to talk about your ex's new girl? Move on.
Yeah.
Like, talk about it in private.
Yeah, like on a podcast.
Like, what did you think was going to happen? You went, set up your little microphones, set this up, talked about it, put it out there, and you really thought we were going to be like, oh, yeah, we're with Olivia on this one. Like,
yeah, Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah, no. Come on, please be so fucking for real.
Yeah.
And who are y'all?
Yeah, exactly. And then for her to say she didn't know Meg Thee Stallion, and then I did a quick little scroll, a little 3-finger scroll, not even a long one, and the last song that she had, or one of the last songs she had a video with, was Meg Thee Stallion. I'm like, girl.
Yeah, she's like, I don't really know her like that. Or like, she's like, I don't really know of her or whatever.
Yeah. She's a fan.
You are a fan. There's multiple videos. Of you. And there's one of her, like, mouthing her words. And you don't know.
Yes.
But you were able to make the Tory joke.
Oh, my God.
But you don't know Meg.
Lame.
So you could make the Tory joke. It's like...
The Tory Lanez joke.
Yeah. So she said something about, like... Not that Tory or something like that. Yeah. So you know who Tory Lanez is, but you don't know who Meg Thee Stallion is.
Yeah.
Mag. Like, you are such a dumb bitch. Watching those I'm sorry to call them dumb bitches, but like watching those 3 girls, just like, what did you think was gonna come out of this?
Yeah. I find that very, very, like, your insecure is showing. Like, your insecurities are showing if you're sitting on a podcast talking about another woman. And then what?
They were like, so what's his type? Because I usually see him dating people that look like you. And these girls are white, blonde, green eyes, blue eyes. Have you seen it?
Yeah, no. I guess it's just more shocking to hear, like, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, they were basically like, so what's his type? Because when he dated you, and before he was talking to you, he was dating someone or talking to someone that looked a lot like you or something like that. And I'm like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
Because Meg is beautiful.
But that's like not even in the question.
Yeah, but what the fuck were you trying to say?
She was trying to make some little racist undertone comment. That's what she was trying to say.
Okay, and what? You think you look better than Meg?
But that's,
let me be so fucking for real with you. You don't.
Yeah.
Meg is gorgeous. She's also a girl crush of mine.
Yeah, and also it's something really strange to me that, like, she went on this podcast. They listened to it, okay? Because when
they posted it,
unless they have editors, which they could.
Which they saw it and decided to post it?
Yeah, I'm like, you thought this was a good decision? And then Lana Rhoades went on her, I think, Insta story, and she was like trying to be like, oh, well, Olivia's from the Ukraine, so she doesn't know, like, she's bilingual. Like, that's why she said Mag. Bitch, I need you to be serious.
I'm bilingual. I can say Meg.
Yeah, she knows who Meg Thee Stallion is. It was a little dig because she's about that her ex is dating Meg Thee Stallion. And that's like, a hard thing to come to terms with. Like, your ex is dating a superstar. You know what I mean? And that hurts. And if she would have gone on the podcast and been real about it, be like, damn, like, you know what? Like, it does suck to see my ex-boyfriend, who I either care for or cared for, whatever, dating Meg Thee Stallion. Like, that fucking sucks for me. It would have been more respectful than whatever the fuck she was saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it was lame. It was cringe. But on the list, we have Chrishell and Tom Sandoval on the Traitors. So this is going to be a very, I think, quick moment in the podcast. Like, I haven't watched the Traitors myself, but I've seen little clips on TikTok. Chrishell is not my favorite on Selling Sunset, but she did defend Ariana. Well, defend her not necessarily, but she was calling Tom Sandoval for what he was on the Traitors.
I only saw the clip, but I absolutely loved it because, she did more than some of the girls on Vanderpump Rules who called themselves Ariana's friend.
Yeah, and I'm like, period. And I kind of now want to watch.
Yeah.
Which
I'm curious.
I'm curious
it's
too.
It's on Peacock.
Yes.
Maybe I will.
Maybe that might be a new show.
Talking about Peacock and another show that we've been watching, Southern Hospitality.
Yes, episode 2 of this 3rd season. I feel like they're kind of killing it right now.
They're doing good. It's giving early Vanderpump Rules vibes.
It is.
Nothing will ever be Vanderpump Rules, but it's comparing.
Yeah, it's getting me interested.
Yes.
About it. In this episode, it starts out like they went to Michael's birthday or whatever, and then they were at Michael's birthday. Michael and TJ. Michael's, or is it Michael?
Michael's and
TJ. I guess Michael's made out with someone at his birthday. Him and TJ end up talking about it. I guess TJ was kind of interested in Michael's. But the biggest moment of the episode was when Emmy lost her shit. So one of the other girls at Republic came up to her and was like, hey, I heard that you're using your store credit for this store or whatever to purchase our dresses and pocketing the money that we're giving you. And Emmy lost her mind.
Yeah, she did. She was like suspirando and everything. She was like,
dude, but like, I have an unpopular opinion. I don't think that she did what she's being accused of. I think she's having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And her boyfriend sucks. In that moment, he's like, well, did you? Like,
oh my God. Even if she did, okay? Even if she did, you don't fucking say that.
Yeah.
Like, you made her look stupid.
What kind of fucking
boyfriend are you?
Loyalty do you have to your girlfriend?
He doesn't have any.
None. And apparently he talks shit about her at the fucking bar. And I'm like, Emmy, I need you to wake up. Like, yes. I need you to leave this man. You are a 10 and he is a 2 at best.
Yeah, he looks like he bites.
Yeah, he does.
He's the worst. And I think this season is going to revolve a lot around the relationship. And I do feel bad for her. I don't feel bad for him. Because why the fuck are you going to your girlfriend's job and talking bad about her?
Yeah, that's weird.
The way I would fuck you up, absolutely not. It wouldn't be a no for me.
Yeah.
So I think this season is going to be kind of messy when it comes to them. So, but I am pumped to see the tea.
I know, I am. I am too. I guess we'll have to let people know what happens next week. But TikTok.
Guys, usually we end the podcast by saying TikTok, Morning Chisme Podcast, Instagram, Morning Chisme Podcast, YouTube, Morning Chisme Podcast. This might be the last time we're saying that for TikTok. But, we had a good run.
We really did.
If this is the last clip you see on our TikTok, we had fun. Find us on Instagram, find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We fuck with you heavy.
Yes.
This is sad. I think this is sad. People are allowed to be sad, The podcast grew so much because of TikTok.
Exactly.
And we're so incredibly grateful for every single listen. But yeah, you guys, if we have TikTok next week, we'll be excited. If we don't, until next time.
Until next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.